Hi everyone, today I am going to tell you a short story from Mahabharata, and this one is about Rishi Agastya. So let me begin. When Arjuna had gone to acquire the divine weapons, here the other four Pandavas, you know that they were in Kamyaka Aranya. At that time, Rishi Lomasa came to them and he told Yudhishthir about the Tirtha Yatra. Means Rishi Lomas requested Dharmaraj Yudhishthir to visit the Tirtha places, means pilgrimages. And Yudhishthir also agreed. Not only Yudhishthir, with other Pandavas and all the Rishis and Munis and the Brahmins, they were with him. They all agreed to go for the Tirtha Yatra. Then, accompanied with Rishi Lomasa, Yudhishthir visited many Tirtha places. And at one point, they reached at the place of Rishi Agastya, the hermitage of Rishi Agastya. That time, and every time Rishi Lomasa was he was narrating the importance of each and every tirthas. When they reached at Rishi Agastya's place, that time Yudhishthir was very anxious. He was very much interested to know about Rishi Agastya. So he asked, Rishi Lomasa, please kindly tell me about what did Rishi Agastya did for all the human beings, for the goods of gods and the people. Then Lomasa Rishi narrated the story of Rishi Agastya. Agastya Rishi is one among the Sapta Maharishis. He was very powerful and he had strong spiritual power too. He didn't marry for a long time, and all the time he was roaming in the forest. One day while he was crossing, he saw that his Pitru Devatas, they hung themselves upside down from a tree. He felt very pity and he asked, "O Pitrus, why you are in such a pathetic state? What wrong you have done?" Then the Pitrus said, "Since you are not married and you have no offspring, we cannot get the heaven or moksha. So you should marry and you should have a son to carry our lineage." Then Agastya Rishi assured them that, well, I will get married and I will have a son. Then he came back. He searched many places to find a good, means a fit lady according to his choice, but he couldn't get it. When nowhere he could get a girl to marry, then he was a great rishi. He had so much power, means tapasya power. So what he did, now he collected all the beautiful, the most beautiful things from the all the creatures and created a girl. That girl, he took her and gave it to King Vidharva. Vidharva was childless. When he got this little girl, and that was so beautiful, he became very happy. Then gradually, Vidharva king named her as Lopamudra. And the girl grew up in her parents' house very luxuriously, means she brought up in a luxury. So, when she was in her teenage, at that time, Rishi Agastya came to Vidharva and asked him to give the marriage of Lopamudra to him. And the king was very much shocked, because by that time Agastya was old. That too, he was simply a rishi. And King Vidharva couldn't tolerate this idea. Neither he could deny the proposal of Agastya, because he was very much afraid of Agastya too. He knew how powerful Rishi Agastya was. Now, Lopamudra came to know about this proposal, and she knew, she could understand the problem of her parents. So she requested, "Oh father, without any hesitation, you give my marriage to Rishi Agastya." And at last, Vidharva king agreed and gave her marriage to Agastya Rishi. Agastya Rishi, after marrying Lopamudra, he went to the forest. When he reached at his hermitage, he asked Lopamudra to throw all the luxurious items, means the costly saris and all the ornaments, jewelry, whatever she had. And Lopamudra was so good, without any second voice, without any hesitation, she took off all the luxurious items from her body, and she wore an old sari. And whatever Rishi Agastya was, whatever he was asking, Lopamudra carried his orders happily. Now, one day, when Lopamudra was taking her bath, somehow Agastya Rishi was very much attracted to her beauty, and he asked her companion. That time Lopamudra said, "Okay, Swami, you are a tapasvi, and you are always in your simple tapasvi robe. In this robe, in this dress, my mind is not attaching to any love affairs. So please get some wealth, so that at least I want to give you company in that atmosphere." That means we both should maintain some wealth so that we can make love. At last Agastya Rishi agreed. He understood. He agreed, and he went for gaining some wealth. How he could get it? So he thought of the kings. He went to many kings and asked them for giving them some, donating some wealth. When he first went to one king, he said that, "Oh Rishi, this is my, whatever money I have already spent for the people, for my subjects. And look at this balance sheet. If you agree, then I will collect it from the people and I will give you." But when Rishi Agastya saw that balance sheet, he could come to know that really the king didn't have much wealth. So he said that, "I don't want any money from you, any wealth from you." Then he came back from that king. Again he went to another king. There also the kings told him the same thing. Actually, everywhere, wherever he went, he checked the balance sheet and saw that the kings are not having plenty of wealth. So at last, the last three kings, they suggested Rishi Agastya that, "Oh Rishi, you are so powerful. We know one person who has enough wealth. If we can go there, we can get some wealth." Then Agastya Rishi said, "Who?" He asked, "Who is that person?" Then the king said it was Ilabhala and Batapi. They are two demons, those who have enough money. Now Agastya Rishi and these three kings, they went to King Ilbhala. They both were demon brothers, and their city was Manimati. They were staying in Manimati, and they had plenty of wealth. Ilbhala was also childless. So one day he came to a Brahmin who was doing his tapasya, and he asked him to grant him a boon. That boon was to get a child. But the Brahmin didn't agree, because he knew that this is a demon, and he was a bad demon. So he didn't agree. So when Ilbhala saw that the Brahmin didn't agree, he killed him. And after that he started killing all the Brahmins. And at last he killed in such a way that you cannot imagine. Batapi was his younger brother. So what he did, Batapi knew magics. So he turned Batapi to a goat form or any other form, whatever he wanted. He turned him, then he cooked that goat and fed the Brahmins. And when the Brahmins ate that meat, he called in a loud voice, Batapi, come here. And the demon Batapi came out from the stomach of the rishis, those who had eaten, and they died over there. Agastya Rishi heard about it. So when Agastya and other three kings, they reached there, Ilbhala just bowed down his head and he welcomed him. Then he said, "Oh Rishi, today you will have some food in my palace." And Rishi Agastya agreed. Then the same way, he asked his younger brother Batapi to turn into a goat. Then he cut it and cooked, and then served all the rishis with Agastya Rishi also. Now, when he called, "Oh Batapi, come here," that time Agastya Rishi smiled and said, "Oh Ilbhala, no more Batapi is there. It is digested in my tummy. Don't worry. There is no more your brother." Now Ilbhala was scared. He was very much scared of Rishi Agastya. Means Agastya. This is the power of Rishi Agastya. He was so powerful. He just ate it and digested. So after coming back and getting enough wealth, he came back to Lopamudra, and with luxury and with a stylish way, he passed his time with Lopamudra, and at last he got a son. This one is the short story about Agastya's. Among so many stories, this is one. I will tell you the other story tomorrow. Thank you so much. And yes, Mahabharata stories, each and every story is really so good that I don't know which one I should omit and which one I should tell. However, Agastya Rishi's stories are very interesting, so I will tell all the stories one by one. For the time being, thank you so much. And if there is any mistake, please ignore it. Thank you.